Today I'm going to make stuffed Cornish hens. Right here I have my giblets and I've already going to boil them. I already put salt in here, pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of poultry seasoning, maybe a little bit of cumin. I've already put the red apple cider vinegar, salt, and pepper. Just going to put a dash of poultry seasoning in here. And I'm going to dice this up and I'm going to use it inside of the dressing. So I'm going to let this boil until it's done. Put a dash in here. And then I'll cut this up and put it into the dressing. Now here I have my 2 Cornish hens. Again, I'm going to season them. I'm going to, of course, use my injectables, the roasted garlic and herb marinade. And I also have a little bit of the butter marinade, and I'm going to inject my chickens with both of those. And of course here I have some cooking wine that I'm going to use when I'm seasoning this. Of course, I have my cumin. That I may use some of that in my, and then I have my poultry seasoning, some salt and pepper. A lot of people like to use basil and of course your vinegar. A lot of people like to use basil and other types of ingredients when they're making Cornish hen, but I'm just going to use what I'm working with. I'm going to take a little bit of oil and I'm going to put the oil on my chickens. And then I'm going to season it. And of course, you know I have to let it sit overnight because my motto is, if you don't season it right, it's not going to be right. And of course, I'm going to stuff my Cornish hen with some stuffing. I have my stuffing here. I have some cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to get some chicken stock, maybe some bouillon. I have some celery, onions, bell pepper. Matter of fact, I have all that right now. I might as well go ahead and get it. I have some of this left over. I have my bell pepper and my onion. And I'm going to put that in my dressing. And then I'm going to cut up my giblets. And I have a good food processor. And then also with my recipe that I made Cornish hen years ago, I also shredded up carrots. I also remember doing that and putting that in the stuffing. So as you can see, I got my work ahead of me. You know, I just got too much going on today. But I've already put a little bit of oil on the skin of my Cornish hens. And sometimes when you put oil on it, it really holds the seasoning. So I got my black pepper here. And as you can see, I really just got too much going on in this kitchen. I have here my poultry seasoning. This is what happens when you're working by yourself. I wish I had someone to videotape me, but nevertheless, we do our best. So I have my poultry seasoning here, and I'm going to season both sides of the Cornish hen in addition to the cavity, because you have to season your food just right if you want it to taste well. Now I'm going to put a little bit of salt here. It's been a great Christmas break. The best Christmas presents I had was hearing that my father was coming home from the hospital and my friend Miss Diane didn't have bladder cancer anymore, so I'm really grateful for that. Now, like what I do with all of my chicken, I love to use marinade. And it's kind of hard to hold this. I don't know, I may have to put pause. I'm telling you, this really adds flavor to your chicken, to different meats. I always use it. And you, of course, try to inject it here. Oops, the needle came off. I'll fix it. Inject it here. Make sure there's plenty of seasoning and flavor. As you can see now, I'm getting ready to season the insides. I've already put my salt on the inside, and I'm going to put my other ingredients in it as well. I also cut the tips off, the tails off the Cornish hens as well. Now I'm going to finish seasoning the top part of the chicken. And I try to, when I inject it with the marinade, I try to inject everything, the legs, the wings, the inside, so I have good flavor all in it. Make sure I don't knock anything down. Of course, I'm watching my favorite movie, Perry Mason. I love Perry Mason classics. But I don't know, some people may say I heavily season my food, but I just truly believe if you don't season it right, it won't be right. I'm going to let these sit overnight. As you can see, I finished seasoning my Cornish hen. I again injected the breast, the back, and the insides with my butter marinade by Tony Chicero, and my roasted garlic and herb. I put some of that in there too. And again, I use salt and pepper, cumin, a lot of poultry seasoning, and I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and let them sit overnight, or at least several hours. Now I'm getting ready to prepare my dressing. I have my Pepperidge Farm dressing here. I'm going to dice up onions, bell pepper. I'm going to shred up carrots. Also may put some of this onion mix in it. I haven't made up my mind. And of course, I'm going to put some mushroom soup, maybe some chicken stock. And I also plan to shred up some bacon to put inside of my stuffing. I'm going to melt up some butter, unsalted butter, of course, because I don't need any more salt in my diet. And I'm going to prepare my dressing, and I'm going to take all of this and stuff my Cornish hens. And then, of course, you cannot forget my giblets that I'm going to dice up and put inside of my dressing as well. Okay, I've already put my can of mushroom soup. Now I have a stick of butter. I may add some more butter to this, and I'm going to go ahead and dice up my onions and my bell pepper and my carrots. Okay, now I'm going to get ready to dice up my celery. Make sure this is working correctly. And I've also put some more butter in the microwave. Okay, I'm going to dice up this bell pepper. Then I have onions, carrots. It's all into my stuffing. Okay, I'm continuing the process of chopping up my bell pepper and onions, and I still have to do my carrots. I've already started mixing up my stuffing, and I still have to add my giblets. I'll do that in a while. But I'm also going to put some maybe bacon bits in here and chicken stock.